The art and application of lights to form an image is photography, yes. Our day-to-day thing that we do to showcase art to the world, how we are like, and the things that we are into. Welcome viewers, this is yet another episode of the Your Time Show, and I am Fatima Jawad. Today with me, I have none other than a special guest, and I know right now you all will be thrilled who that person definitely is. But I don't need to introduce him rather, because his work speaks for himself. So welcome, gentlemen, and you would like to introduce yourself before I do.
Thank you so much, the host, and I really appreciate me being here. My name is Smart Adebayo.
Okay.
So I do photography. So that is what I am for now.
Okay. Mr. Smart of all people. Now I know right now you'll be like, okay, that is his longest name. Yeah, but in short, he calls it Smart. So he's smart in whatever he does. But then, Mr. Smart, coming back to you. I have learned previously that you were not into this occupation, or let's say this talent of yours, which is photography. Before that, you were a teacher. Yes. So since when did you swap from being a teacher to being the smart photographer?
Basically, I've been to photography way back.
Really?
Like far back 1999
Oh,
to year 2000. That was when I was in grade 11, grade 12.
Wow.
So I have this passion of getting to know more about photography. Then I always want to know behind the scenes of every images I've seen. I'm not really interested in the image. I'm interested how it is being done, how it is being created. So it has been something that has been part of me. So when I left grade 12, 2001, then I got the first small analog camera because I couldn't afford to bought an expensive one, so I started with that. Then it was a very funny situation. Then I don't charge. I take you photos. When your pictures are good, you will see me, you must pay me. But when your pictures are bad, you will never see me. And when you see me, I will ask you, do you pay me? So there's no contract. So that was what I was doing for like 2-3 years before I gained admission to college, then university, 2004. So during my admission year, my camera alongside my school fees was stolen. So my parents, they were able to refund back my school fees to pay, and I stopped photography. So then I focused on the course. I studied biology education. So that is the reason why I studied for 4-5 years. After university days, went for NYC. Immediately I came back from NYC. Then I was like, let me continue from where I stopped. Then I started back photography, 2009, 2010. As at those moments till now, I still see myself as an amateur photographer because I always want to see how best I can be better of myself, of my craft, of my images that I create from time to time. So this has been the reason why I've not actually been on social media because I don't usually like my job. I don't like my work because I always want to give myself a reason why I can do better. And I have not been the rushing type. I take my time to improve, to upgrade, to be a better version of myself from time to time. So the reason why I had to step into teaching, yes, professionally I'm a classroom teacher. I teach. And I taught at Bansang Senior School, at Bantanto, Bansang. Later at St. Peter's
That is very many.
For 2 sections. That is 214, 215, up to 216. Before I was like, oh, I've taught at upper basic at the provinces. Now I'm at Lamin. Now let me move down to international school. So I now moved to Wise West African International School to continue teaching as a science teacher and state and biology. So after 2 sections with them again, it's like, I think I'm done. I've tested every level of teaching in the country. So then I cannot proceed with the photography. So during this process, I was doing photography, but then in a more reserved way, trying to build up a professional setting for myself, even though I knew I was then a professional amateur. But then I took my time to learn more, go on YouTube, because I've never been to any school of photography aside studying online. Up to this morning, I was still in class online, all about photography. So That is the reason why people have this misconception that I used to be a teacher, suddenly I changed to photography. No, I've been in photography way back.
Okay, we call it a talent or not?
It's not a talent. I don't believe in talent.
Oh, mister, you should believe in talent because you know what? I got to understand from your story that you loved it.
Yes.
But due to your theft of your school fee and your camera back then, you stopped. So one could say it's not your talent, but you're passionate about it. Could I use that?
It's just a passion. Like I said, I don't believe in talent. All I believe in, I can give you a scenario whereby somebody who has not been to school, who has never been to 4 walls of school, if this person is given a typewriter to type, just type, with consistency and passion, a time will come, the person will be typing, without even looking at the keys.
Yeah, sure.
Based on what? Consistency. And I always believe in one say to myself that with consistency and curiosity, amateurs will definitely become professional. Just keep doing it. Just be curious about everything around it. How is it being done? It was my curiosity and my consistency that have brought me so far. And I still believe I still have a long way to go. There are a lot I can do in photography, but I do them bit by bit.
Bit by bit.
Yeah, sometimes I'll see some images, I'll smile. I can do it, but that is 2023 project.
Okay.
I can last long.
Okay, and you were saying that you were an amateur in this.
Yes.
When after all, everybody is talking about smart photography. So now if you call yourself an amateur in this business, what is
Yes, there
call
is.
themselves to be?
Yes, you see, you cannot blow your trumpet by yourself.
Oh.
And I always believe, let people talk about you. Don't tell yourself I'm this when you know you are not. Deep down in me, I follow a lot of professional photographers who I want to be like. Like my major mentor in photography, who doesn't know me, and who is somebody I've been following from onset, is a Nigerian photographer. His name is Kelechi Amadiobi. He's one of the best photographers in Nigeria. He's not the shouting type. He's very good at it. And he's a matured man. I don't know how old is he, but he can be nothing less than around 60, less than 60. Okay. Like somebody asked me, Smart, how long will you do photography? I reply the person till I die. Because those people I'm following online, on YouTube channel, they are old people. These are people who know the art, who knows. Sometimes it's not all about being a photographer. It's all about getting to know the business of photography. Yeah. If you don't know the business of photography, please stop photography.
Yeah, we'll come to that part. But then again, I believe in whatever you do, you should have that confidence in you that, yes, I can do this. Or let's say I am the best in what I do.
Yes, like I said, when I started photography, way back 1999, 2000, I will take your photograph. I will not charge you. Even though you are paying me, I think don't pay me. Because then I knew that I'm not that good enough. After going for the printing, when the picture comes out bad, you will never see me. And when you ask me, I will ask you, did you pay me? No payments, no contract. But then, when the picture comes out good, I will follow you. You must pay me. That was when I used to go with lantern to take photographs. But now, the way I run my photography, you call me for a contract, I will go to you. I will tell you, pay me full. Because if you don't pay me full, or 75%, you might not, in fact, you will not even see me. Reason be because I knew very well that I will do it and I will deliver.
Okay.
So
I'll hold you down there and we'll go for a break. When we're right back, we still continue with the businessman.
Hello and welcome to you viewers. I am your presenter Alaji Kedram.
Representing the interests of Gambia because the
Yes, welcome back, viewers. A reminder, please, you're still watching Better Future Productions. Now again, I'm with the same guy, the most interesting photographer in town. Now, I can't stop laughing because this man right here is, making me to laugh my guts out. So welcome back from the break, Mr. Smart. You've said important things here, like when you know the print is not good, nobody see you. When your print is good, you go pay me. So, Mr. Smart, when did you realize that you came up with this strategy of trying to businessize your passion for your work?
Yes. When I really got to the Gambia, I realized I don't have a customer base.
Okay.
So I took my time to learn more about the business of photography and the arts of photography. They are two different things. And this is why some of us who are into photography, we come up as a photographer in year 1, year 2, they tend to go down, year 3, they cease to exist. And if they exist, they will exist at a very arm's length. So for me, I learned more about the business aspect of photography, the do's and don'ts, what you shouldn't do and what you should do, how to keep your customer, how to relate with them, how to have a very good communication with your customer. Sometimes people believe customers are always right, but if a customer slap any of my staff, I will arrest the customer.
Oh, really?
I'll tell the customer, you are very right too, but this you have, assault my staff.
Right.
So we all have our right. But keeping a very good business mutual environment is always very important. So it is when I get to understand the business aspect of photography, that is when I started monetizing it.
Okay.
Because then I knew very well that, yes, I have the equipment, I have the gears. And one thing that I must say, that most people believe that photography will be going down. Yes, I say, yes, in one aspect, photography will go down with the inventions of camera phones, gadgets, and the likes.
Yeah, I would want to come in there because when it comes to the type of phones that are being invented right now, like the talks of SPAC, Techno, iPhones, we see them, they give good quality pictures. So with that, what are the challenges that you face as photographers?
I, as a person, it's never a challenge to me. It's never a challenge.
And why?
Because the reason being because a few years back, I was using a camera that can do way more better than what little phones can do.
But
after some time,
cameras are cameras.
Yes.
A phone has camera. So what is the difference between a phone camera and
Yes, a phone camera is just a point and shoot camera.
Okay.
But though latest cameras in iPhones can zoom, can do some filtering and the likes. But if you want to survive as a photographer, all you need to do is to see how best you do something what a camera phone cannot do.
Yeah, that is the trick.
Yeah, that is the trick. That's what I work for.
Okay.
Like sometimes I do tell some of my co-photographers that comes around me that Smart Adebayo is not your competitor.
Oh, really?
Your biggest competitors are the phone of your potential client. Now, for a potential client to contract you, that means that you should be able to do something what their phone cannot do. I'm always very happy when a client of mine comes to my studio and I see iPhone 12 Max Pro. Say, wow, I don't hammer. Isn't because the phone cannot do it. And now we can do it.
Okay.
So that has brought us so far to learn more about retouching. Because, and aside that, even though phones can do it, potential clients, they are not just paying for pictures nowadays. They pay for your attitude, your behavior, your commitment, your consistency, your word, your personality. That is what they pay for.
Yeah, Mr. Smart, with that, I will comment to that again. The personality that you made mention of and your attitude and the quality and your dedication towards your work. How is your relationship with the other photographers out there? Because I know there are lots of them. I wouldn't need to mention them, but there are many out there.
Relationship in what sense?
You're doing, let's say, you're doing photography and I am doing photography. And to the general public, there is this tight competition between us. So sometimes there is this rivalry between us, or let's say, I'll feel that, okay, I'm good at this, but he's not, or that superiority mindset.
Yeah, for me, I don't look down on other photographers.
But some do think
No.
that you're
That I look down on them?
no, they look down, or probably think, let's say, They're better than you or you're better
Yeah. It all depends on their personal opinion.
Okay.
Like for me, I'm a businessman. I'm not just a photographer. I'm a real businessman.
Okay.
And photography is one of my business. So it is when there's a lot of competition that is when the game suits more. It makes it more interesting. Like for me, I've actually projected myself on how I work year in, year out. So if a photographer tends to come in and my 2022 plans on my level of photography is I to start it up in 2019 or 2020, it's not a problem. Gambia might look so small. It's big for business. I believe you cannot do all. You understand?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, your consistency, when you tend to come into photography, you tend to charge cheaply. I'll look at you with one eye from far. I'll smile. So this is Gambia. They will rush you. When they rush you and your strength cannot contain them, then your efficiency will drop. And when it drops, they'll say, the guy is too good, but now he's no more good. Because you don't know the business.
So your business strategizing.
Yeah, so I tend to look at it from far, then tend to like, this person is not strong enough. Like, I know more about filming. I know more about graphic design. I know more about printing. I know a lot about photo framing. Like right now in my studio, I have a lot of frames I imported, a lot of them in full length. The printing machine, the cutting machine. As of today, I'm here to produce one frame.
Wow.
I loaded container with frame. Isn't because I know I'm not settled. When I have the strength, because you have to work with your inner strength. You know, you look at your human resources. If we do publicity for $100 per picture, and we have 1,000 clients coming to us, can we handle them? And the moment you don't handle them properly, they will tell their friends and family.
Sure.
This guy disappointed me. So you work based on pace. You work based on your strength. You work based on your delivery. You work based on your attitude.
There should be no greed in the business.
No, it is open-ended. Some photographers charge way lesser than me. And I have my standard of photography, and it has not actually affected my business.
Yeah, I want to ask you this question because some people complain that these photographers, they charge a lot. Wherein it's just a camera where you will hold and click on it, add a little bit of filter on it, but then yet still the demand of the price for the picture is high. So what will you say to that?
Now, when it comes to charges, you charge based on your experience, based on your jazz, based on what you do, based on your resources, based on things you spend money on. At the moment, our studio is at Karaba Avenue. I'm having about 8 staffs working with me. Gambians, more, few of Nigerians, few Nigerians, more of Gambians in my studio. Now, will you want me to come to charge you like somebody who is just alone, who is using his sitting room or bedroom to work? Me, I have a camera that worth about $6,000 with lenses. The totality of my gears, I have a lens that can buy a lot of cameras.
Okay, mister, if you want to use the pricing of your cameras to charge us, economically we are broke. And not everybody in the Gambia can afford photographs that have been done by smart photography. But we will all want to be seen on smart photography, right or wrong?
This is how it is. Like at our studio, we have packages per package. If you don't fit into this, no, it's a package.
Okay.
It's just like you flying to America, New York. Either you go through economy, or you go to business class, or you go to first class. Like if you call me, I want to come and cover my wedding. I will tell you, we can always fit into any of your budgets. Oh, I'm having 3,000. I'll be there for 2 hours to deliver so and so. Oh, I have 1 million. 1 million. I will call photographer from Nigeria, from UK, to come and join me. Oh, so most times we don't just charge. You cannot be expecting me to cover your event a whole day for like 12 hours, and you want to pay me $1,000. It won't work.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You understand us now.
We can always understand that. Then, if I do, how will I be able to survive? How will I be able to run the business? How do you want me to sustain the business? How do you want me to buy fuel in my car? How do you want me to pay for cash power? How do you want me to pay for a pay salary? How do you want me to pay for N2B? How do you want me to pay my tax? How do you want me to pay my...
so much embedded in it.
That's why you get to know the business of what you're doing.
Yeah, but then again, there should be this understanding, That's a negotiation process.
Yeah, it's always available.
Okay.
Like if you tell me, Adebayo, I want you to cover my wedding, and I start to charge 20,000, and you're like, oh, Adebayo, it's a lot for me. I'll tell you, how much do you have? Oh, Adebayo, I have 10,000. I said, madam, with your 10,000, I can be there for like maybe 5 hours, or 2 hours, or 1 hour, or 3 hours, and this is what I'm going to deliver. So if it is okay by you, you accept. If it's not okay, it's okay. So life is beautiful, life is good. I always have this open mindset that I can always work with every potential client with your budget. It's left for the potential client to not accept the terms between both of us.
Yeah.
Like for example, you want me to come and cover your wedding at Sayang, and I charge $3,000 C for certain period, and you want me to come to Sayang without saying, I will charge you for logistics, for driving, for risk, for flying or whatever to Sayang.
Okay, Mr. Smart, you're very interesting, and I'm liking this conversation where it is heading to. But then again, he likes money, and I love money. My love for money is unexceptional. But again, Mr. Smart, your final words. I want to ask you this before we wrap up, which is to say, what are your contributions towards youth empowerment and national development?
Yeah, it has to youth empowerment. It's not 2020 or 2019. It's 2020. If I'm not mistaken, either 2020 or 2019. We did through American Embassy, through PFG, what's the name? Prospect for Girls.
Okay.
So they came, they met with me. I was paid, and we did training.
Okay.
Now, some time ago, a church once invited me. Adebayo, please come and be a facilitator to train our youth on what you can do. They won. They printed up flyers. They won. 3 people came. Day 2, no one came. Day 3, 1 was passing by.
Okay.
And I did a lot of printout.
Oh.
Like I said, attitude, behavior, commitment to work, to learn is one factor. I can always train, but I only train you when I realize you have the potential, you have the zeal to be trained. And I still want to do more, which I'm going to do more definitely. So I'm actually planning to organize a month or 2 more training on photography, which will come alongside with terms and conditions.
Okay.
When you are coming, as soon as you get to the gate, you drop your ego, step into the premises, learn, and go.
Okay.
Not that, oh, this is Adebayo. Who is Adebayo? I was once told at Westfield. Sorry to say this word. This useless fucking... You can just meet this place.
No, it's understandable.
No, fucking foreigner. Who is he? What can he do? Okay, fine. There's nothing I can do. And these are sort of people that comes back to me now.
Exactly.
You see, so I throw an open hand. If you come to my studio at the moment, I have a lot of Gambians that are there who are undergoing training. They will dilute you out of no time. So like I said, your attitude, your commitment towards what you want to do, it plays a very vital role in delivery at the end of the day.
Right.
So nobody's competing anybody. I'm just doing my photography at my own pace.
Okay.
And I believe I will be a better person of myself as time goes on.
Okay, before I conclude now this question, I know everybody will be willing to know or would want to ask. Fatima, can you please ask Mr. Smart this question now? I got it from some people on my DM, but I know right now those people watching will be like, Fatima, can you please ask Mr. Smart this question? Where would you rate yourself in the garment photography business? Number 1, number 2, the best, the absolute best.
If I'm to rate myself, I'm just smart.
You should be the best.
No, I'm not the best. The best is yet to come.
Alright, so meaning those ones out there are still not the best. You exclusive.
We are yet to start.
Okay.
As far as country is concerned, photography, we are yet to start.
Okay, we hold it right there. He said we are yet to start photography in the country. Till we come your way next, bye for now.